thinking about it. Hello, 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 one and all. Let's talk about the talk of the town, ladies and gents.
Thankfully,
May not have the
I
audio,
got somebody who will.
but the video speaks volumes. Yes, Becky. Yes, Seth. You are not seeing a ghost. You are not mistaken. That is Mrs. CM Punk, Miss AJ Lee, returning back to the WWE this past Friday Night SmackDown after, I believe it's been about 5 years or so away from WWE, just out doing her thing, doing book tours, talking about CTE and, driving her passions. And now she is going to be part of what we're waiting for the official announcement, WrestlePalooza, starting off strong on ESPN, going up against the power couple of Seth freaking Rollins and the man, Becky Lynch. So shout out to the Nubian Sumo. What is up? I see you trying to get some acknowledgement of your daddy. And then I am the People's Choice, Don Rodriguez, KG. He broke his Hot Pocket machine, so he's not going to be on tonight. We're going to be entertaining you with some great intro and interesting and awesome and wild stuff, or, just our normal. But Sumo, AJ's back. But I do want to, 2 parts. What's your thoughts on that? Second, what's your thoughts on Seth and Becky Lynch doing a program together when they said that that's something that they really weren't interested in doing back in the day? They did it for a brief stint, but they're like, yeah, it's not really our thing. We don't want to cross the streams. Now you basically got a WrestleMania level event that's about to happen.
Well, they had to do something to get AJ into the limelight. So this was probably the best way to go about doing it. Making Becky a member of the Vision, and then doing all that slapping around the CM Punk, which, wow, I mean, I could see him doing that once, but twice, taking all that, that's crazy, man. That's crazy for him to have to go through that like that, but and not being able to do nothing back to her.
Right.
But yeah, it was the best way that they could do it, and it came off pretty well. I like the fact that that when it happened that they had Seth Rollins in the audience, not necessarily in the ring,
right?
Because that put the emphasis on Becky and AJ. So I kind of like the way they did that. They pulled that off. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and I'd say between the two of them, Seth really sold this more than Becky. Even the subtleness of how he came over and fumbled over the guardrail. Because I mean, we know Seth Rollins jumped the guardrail many a time, so it's not like he can't get over the guardrail. But fumbling over and rolling into the ring area, Becky, still did an awesome job of just overselling what was going down and took the slap, and it was a great finally moment is what I would really call it. Not just a moment, but finally, we got the CM Punk chance. They finally got a reason for AJ to come back. And something else happened. The proof's in the pudding that, right person, right timing. She showed and 1 hour after just debuting on SmackDown, 5,000 AJ Lee Love Bites Back t-shirts and more than 6,500 pieces from her, WWE shop collection. And that's some stats courtesy of WrestleSeek on the X. But that's huge. You come back and then you're moving merch. Kind of reminds me of somebody else, CM Punk, that did the exact same thing. So, bringing the right people back at the right time, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, it didn't hurt that they were in Chicago. So
yeah, but this is online sales. 6,500, and if you include what happened there, because they were already selling the t-shirts there. But man, that's a lot. And then also want to touch on the fact that I don't know if you saw, but she signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah, I saw that with Triple H.
Not a Legends contract.
Right.
So that's interesting. What's old is new again. Not calling her old, but I mean, we're talking Attitude Era. You're bringing folks back. Do you think that's bringing people back to replace the void that John Cena is about to leave?
Well, I mean, just in the women's division alone. I mean, you got Charlotte that's hurt now. She's going to be out again? For a minute. Yeah, she's hurt. If you saw the backstage thing they did with her and Alexa Bliss, she had her leg all wrapped up from the knee down.
Oh, God.
So yeah, and they said that she wasn't going to be cleared for that night, so she probably going to be out for a while. Naomi's out for a while. You don't know when Bianca's coming back. So it's a lot going on right now in the women's division. They need to fill some holes. So why not bring AJ in?
Yeah, and she's in great shape.
There was a picture that I saw on Instagram where they compared her the last time she was in WWE to back in 2000. I think they said it was, and it's been longer than 5 years because they said it's been almost 3,800 days.
Yeah,
so that's more than 5 years.
Could have been. It seemed like it was just only 5.
It's more like 10. So because
10?
The picture that they put up, was like 2005.
Oh, was it 10 years? Real? I guess because that's right about the same time CM. She left shortly after him. After the pipe bomb.
Hey, bruh. We got Raj over here.
What up, Raj? I'm surprised you ain't jump in and say what up to the crew.
He coming. I'm sure he's coming soon enough.
Also,
on the phone.
Side note, is it kind of interesting that the Hot Pocket machine breaks when did you win the picks?
I want to say that I did, but when I mentioned it, he said not so fast, and he didn't say anything after that. So
yeah, I thought you won the picks.
I think I did win. That's another reason why he didn't show up tonight.
Yeah, so
he a little butthurt over the fact that he lost again.
Yeah, if I would have picked against the Street Profits, then I think we may have tied. But like I said, I just want them just give them goddamn win. Shit, give them something. But I mean, I knew what it was going to be. But it is what it is. So can we talk about this? Because emotionally, I don't know how to handle it. We're down to less than 6 dates for John Cena, or right around there.
Yep, and this was his last appearance on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna have.
They're saying that he's
versus
not going to be
Raw
on television at all
until
from now
WrestlePalooza.
on. I mean, what I'm saying on television, I mean on television.
Right.
He's not going to do Raw or SmackDown for the rest of the time he's in.
That's what I was wondering. How are they going to finagle that? Because after this Brock match at WrestlePalooza, how do you build up to the next match with his next opponent? Or even his final opponent if there's not a TV spot beforehand. But I do.
They're going to have him do like promos outside of television.
That's what I was hoping, that, we go to social media. That'd be smart. And do the social media element kind of like what The Rock did and Cody. And, do that stuff that way. But I do think it's smart that while we couldn't get as many matches as we would like, or the return matches and the situations, tell me what you think about the fact that, he's doing styles clashes, he's doing spears, he's doing the go to sleep. He's doing all kind of stuff. Pop-up power bombs. Cena's, putting in his matches the homages to, the folks that really we were like, man, if he could just wrestle this person. If he does an RKO, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm just saying.
He tried one.
Did he?
He tried one, because remember he tried one last night because he was in the match with Sami Zayn. They were both down at one time. He had just done something. He had just done the pop-up power bomb.
Right.
And they were both down, and the crowd started chanting RKO, RKO. And when he got up, he actually attempted an RKO, and Sammy blocked it.
Right.
So he was going to do one, but yeah, he did say in an interview that there were a bunch of people that he would have liked to wrestle before his time was up, and so just to pay homage to them, he would be throwing in like some of their finishes or things that they would have in their match, because I believe it wasn't yesterday, but it may have been like maybe within the last couple of weeks that he pulled the End of Days.
Yeah.
And the former Baron Corbin, I can't think of his name now. I can't think of what his name is now.
He'll always be Baron Corbin to me.
But he actually made a comment about it, saying that it wasn't something he was expecting, but he was kind of happy to see him doing it.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna be throwing in people, anybody that he feels like he wanted to actually wrestle before he left. You're gonna see him throwing in some of their moves and whatnot while he's in.
I'm excited for it, but again, the countdown, we're getting less and less time. But have you heard this rumor? Is it true that his last match is now in DC?
December 13th, Saturday night's main event, and I believe it is supposed to be in DC.
That changes everything. I just want to say, as far as your boy may have to be there. Yes. Your boy, but depending, because the rumors already for the cost of the tickets. Now, if you tell me nosebleed is like $9 million, I'm just going to stand outside. I'll be cool with that. I'm not even going to lie to you, Sumo. I'll be cool with standing outside. But that'd be an awesome birthday present. Go see Jonathan Cena's last match. So I was there technically for Brock Lesnar's and Stone Cold Steve Austin's. And yeah. Well, not really last match. Stone Cold's referee and Goldberg doing at WrestleMania. So that'd be pretty awesome. So you gotta start making plans to go. We can at least figure that part out. If nothing else, we'll try out this tick pick thing and see if we can get some last minute tickets at a reasonable price. I don't care. I just want to be in the building. I don't have to, see everything. It's not the first time, but I think that'd be pretty awesome. But it's also unprecedented too, because why would DC paid more money for him to be there. Should it still be in Massachusetts though?
His last match?
Yeah.
I would think it would have been
crowd.
Chicago. I mean, being that that's where he started. But
he just did Chicago.
I know, but I'm saying
crowd,
I'm saying that I would have thought it would have been I thought that you would think that it would be in the place where he was started.
Go to full circle moment.
Like, yeah, that type thing. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, That's
it's
the way
good for us.
That's the way it worked out.
Good for us. I'll take it. I'm not complaining. Especially if I get to go to it. I'll just have to not pay my rent and everything else. I can get there. So let me ask you this:
the wife would be wanting you to put up your rent money to come see John Cena.
She ain't gotta know.
She'll know eventually.
Like, yeah. Like, why are we out on the street? I don't know, man. I can't see why. That's all I gotta tell her is I can't see why. Oh man. So while we spitfire and stuff on this Down and Dirty show, let me ask you this, because I think to me this is pretty controversial, and I know you got a thought on it. According to Wrestle Purists on X, the new AAA creative structure is this: Triple H at the top, main creative support under him is going to be Jeremy Borash, Mark Calloway, Charles Assenhoff, Conan, and Dorian, I believe it was Dorian Rolando or Roldan. The key producers for AAA is Matt Bloom, Pete Dunne, Chavo Jr., Moody Jack, Savio Vega, Lindsay Dorado, and one other person. And there will be some input from Shawn Michaels as well.
Yeah, because they're going to incorporate NXT. Yeah.
So that's an interesting dynamic. What's your thoughts? I mean, Conan having him a part of it, that keeps it grounded. But then you got all these other parts, what do you see, this going here?
Well, Dorian Roldan is one of the key figures in AAA.
Okay.
I mean, he works closely with Conan in AAA anyway. So that would have happened. Savio Vega, I can see him being involved. I know they are trying to bring Undertaker in as far as creative. I've heard about him being part of the creative in NXT as well.
Right, you talked about that on the show,
especially since he's a major part of LFG.
Mm-hmm.
So he's helping to bring in new talent to NXT anyway. There is apparently, according to keeping it 100, there's a possibility that there could be some input also from Disco Inferno.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know if they were kidding about it, but they were talking about it on their show, one of the shows that I was listening to there recently. So it's possibility that he could have some input in it as well. But yeah, everybody that you named, I can see being a part of that. So I don't have an issue with any of those folks that you named off. Jeremy Borash, he was going to be in. He was going to be a part of that from the beginning, from what I was told, my understanding of it was.
Yeah,
because he's been behind the scenes on a lot of stuff like that anyway with them, especially coming over from TNA and all the work that he did with TNA. So, especially with the more, because he was the one who came up with all the cinematic type stuff that came into wrestling with the Hardys and all that. Whenever TNA was doing all that,
yeah.
So he was a major part of that. So yeah, I mean, everybody that you named, I could see being a part of it. I don't doubt that at all.
Okay, so you're not upset with more WWE involvement and the concept and the creative of AAA?
Well, you weren't gonna get around that.
I know, but I mean, we can still be mad about it.
I can't be mad about it. I mean, it's a waste. It's a waste of time to be mad about that.
Right.
They've already done so much to AAA already that we've already discussed. So I mean, it's because the two things that Conan has always said from the beginning that was needed when it came to AAA was money and production.
Well,
and they're getting that, and they're getting both of those in spades.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just have to see what they're going to do with the talent that they have there already and who they're going to bring into it as far as new people or people from WWE side.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people in AAA that you haven't even seen. Like Corey Graves' brother, Sam Adonis.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen him at all. And I don't know what's going on with him. Marco Corleone, who was a mainstay within the AAA. You haven't seen him at all. So I don't know where these guys are or what their status is within AAA at this point, because they were mainstay gringos within AAA, and you don't really have a lot of gringos or American wrestlers within AAA right now for some reason. So who they're gonna? You got Lola Vice, who's in there now, who's pretty much they love Lola Vice over there.
Oh yeah,
they are in love with Lola Vice, and El Grande Americano, they like him a lot.
Funny. How does Chad Gable come back to take that role over? Are we gonna have to have a Grande versus Grande match?
It'll probably end up being something like that.
Lose mask
at some point, but yeah, mask versus mask, whatever. But I don't know. I mean,
it's blown up bigger than they anticipated. I don't think they were expecting this.
Yeah, with I can't remember the guy's name now. Ludwig
Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser. I was about to say Ludwig Borger.
Oh Lord, you really taking it back? No, sir, not Borger. Good Lord.
But yeah, Ludwig
that's a blast from the past.
He's doing too good of a job right now in that position. And then you talked about Pete Dunne. You got Pete Dunne and what's the other, Tyler Bate coming in under the masks now. Talk about El Grande Britannia.
Yep.
So
what does this mean for like CMLL and some of the other promotions? Are you fearing that this is going to become a WWE takeover where they start acquiring everything else? Or you think it's going to push them away and try to become the big baddie in the area and everybody else is not close?
I don't see CMLL being involved in this at all. They are pretty much entrenched in AEW right now, between AEW and New Japan. So you ain't got to worry about CMLL at all. Yeah, come on in. Bring it on in. They looking for you.
Heck yeah.
Come on in.
There he is. There he is. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Hey, man, it is what it is, bro.
And there you have it. Friend to the show, Roz, dropping right back out. So we're going to make sure that, we provide Sumo with some time to be able to spend with our friend to the show. So our last topic is something interesting. It's a callback. And it's a shame that KG wasn't on for this part. But Mr. T's daughter is a comedian. And recently, a lot of videos have been surfacing of her telling the story of her being a child, folks not believing, that she's Mr. T's daughter, which she's talked about before, but she's never talked about the interactions with her dad, Hogan, and Roddy Piper. So he accounts a time where, they're having a match. Piper, sounds like was a little stiff and injured the ribs of Mr. T. Fast forwarding a little bit, T gets out the hospital. He's at the hotel. Hogan comes over to check on his friend. And then Roddy Piper comes in to apologize, said, hey, I didn't realize. But when Piper gets there, just summarizing, she allegedly says Hogan was doing lines of coke, and then just grabbed Roddy Piper and just beat the hell out of him. So again, it's all alleged because, she was young and she just happened to be there. Could have happened, could not have happened. But what's your thoughts on, now that Hogan's gone, this story is coming to surface in comic satire?
Well, I mean,
and I paraphrased a lot, folks.
Yeah, you did. But
if I had the audio to be able to get it to where you could hear it, I would play it. But I just wanted to give y'all the gist. Really, just get to the cocaine part.
Right. I mean, the part that got to me was the fact that Piper came in and apologized because, I mean, the story has always been from Piper that he hated Mr. T.
Right.
That he didn't know why Mr. T was even involved in WrestleMania at all, and that there was really no interaction between the two other than the fact of them going at each other like they did.
Right.
So, and then even Mr. T has said that they didn't really get along, that they wound up getting along maybe later in life, as far as like when I think it was a Hall of Fame, one of the Hall of Fames where Mr. T was there and they wound up talking and becoming friends or whatever after the fact, like decades after the fact.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is creative license on her part or if this is just something, the cocaine part. I would hope that she wouldn't make something like that up because that's not that it couldn't happen, but nobody's really said anything about drug use when it came to Hulk Hogan. So I don't know how to take that.
Yeah, I felt the same way because it's like, what am I supposed to kind of do with this? Are we just telling it and putting that part in there specifically? Now that Hogan's gone, you just feel okay. I could tell the tale, or we taking some creative license, like you said there. But then also, I think now you got to start thinking about. Hold on, if Hogan is doing it, was your dad doing it too? So then,
you would think that he wouldn't be there doing it by himself.
Right.
I mean, sit there in a room with a 6-year-old doing cocaine,
Right. That's what I was like.
That's pretty out there, I don't know. like I said, I'm thinking that's more creative license. But for her to put something out there like that, she's gonna have to come out with some proof for that at some point. Because I mean, the right person get a hold of that.
It
That
could be
could be
something.
that could turn into something legal.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to, check in with you to be, to get there, and be like, hey, what do you think about, that situation? Because it was just, I mean, it was told in a good way. It wasn't a bad spot, but it just, we could have left out the coke
It's
part.
bad depending on who listens to it.
Right. If we'd have left out the drugs part and
If
say,
you
hey, maybe
left out the drugs part, it'd have been
left
common.
it up. Yep. Left it up to the imagination. Like, yeah,
But
he was
now you
partaking
got
in
an
some interest.
accusation.
Yeah.
Now you got an accusation that could possibly turn into something else.
Yeah. He was taking his vitamins, over there in the corner, not sure exactly which ones, but, he was making sure that he was healthy. You could say something like that and then tie that in. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But it's been very quiet. Like you said, nobody's really talked about it or nothing's come of it. Hopefully not. But I think that, that shouldn't be a mainstay joke that we're just telling. Because, again, thanks to, wonderful world of social media and everything else, nothing's hidden. Everything is recorded, put out there. You can't, it's just going to be seen. Somebody's going to show it.
And I don't know about anybody else, but my YouTube timeline is catching my algorithm is catching a whole lot of stuff from her too now.
Is it? What else has she been saying?
I only watched that video once, but my algorithm is picking up a whole lot of other, snippets of shows that she's done, from with other talking about other things,
Okay.
within her show, which lets me know that a lot of people have watched that. I'd be interested to go back to that video and see how many views it got.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because I haven't seen her come through my socials. I'd honestly forgot about, that Mr. T had a daughter and stuff like that. I've seen him more in the last 2 years than I've seen her. I saw her one time and I was like, oh, Mr. T's got a daughter. That's pretty cool. But then that was it. And then, if it's starting to ping, it's starting to ping. So remember this, ladies and gentlemen, be careful what you say on a stage because somebody's always recording. So these days, be careful what you say at work because somebody probably recording that too. They record themselves getting fired. They're recording themselves with a customer situation. Like, I don't understand. What the hell? Enjoy the show. But it's a thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this was a down and dirty. We just getting in there, getting our elbows, nice and chafed from giving you a couple quick things that happened this week. But, AJ Lee will be on Monday Night Raw. So that way they can officially announce WrestlePalooza's match. So that means that on ESPN, September 20th, this is starting to shape up to be the second biggest show. Well, it'll probably be top 3 because it'll be WrestleMania, and I'm just saying shows in general. WrestleMania, John Cena's final match, and whatever's going to happen there, and then this.
And also, that's going to be a long day of wrestling too, because AEW has announced that they're moving their show
again
to 3 o'clock. So the next show that they have is going to be 3 o'clock. Then they're going to be at 8 o'clock.
See, let me ask. See, you just had to go there. Do you feel like Tony Khan is taking a Punk move out, or he's just trying to just get in where he can fit in? I know the WWE is just jabbing him, so they doing it intentionally. But I feel like he's bitching out. Stand your ground. If your product is hot, put it up against the product. If you catch the L, that means you go back to the drawing board and get better.
He can't afford an L, though.
He can't afford to keep moving either.
He can afford in this particular situation. Yes, he can. And the reason why is because this show, that WrestlePalooza, is loaded.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Brock versus Cena. Then you got the mixed tag with AJ Lee. I mean, that's a loaded show right there. And then they got like 4 matches and whatnot. I think one of them, I can't remember what the other match is, but it's like
I haven't seen any. I know they're cooking stuff, but I haven't seen
another
anything.
big match. This is another big match that's in there too. That's supposed to be big.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a load that I wouldn't go. I wouldn't want to go up against that show. I wouldn't want to go ahead and
give him a pass on that. Give him a pass on that.
Now there are other shows there are other times when he moved that I probably would have taken a chance on going head to head.
Right.
You know that he could have probably stood his ground. But this one, nah, we gonna move to 3 o'clock and let the chips fall.
Yeah, I just don't want that to become a thing because I still believe competition is great. But if he's getting the thing about let's move the time, first of all, you inconvenience some people because now they've got to work their life around being there early. If they at work and they plan to go get off work and go to the event after work, now what? I bought a ticket and now you're doing a show early. Now I'm inconvenienced. And 2, if people don't know when the heck you're coming on, oh, I missed the show. Why? Because it aired. Like, what the heck? So, I don't know. I get this one, but at the same time, that's the one pass. Everything else is just stupid.
Yeah.
Guess who didn't do that or who wouldn't even dream of doing that? Eric Bischoff.
Right.
He called for the war. He said, let's go head to head. We ain't moving no damn pay-per-view. Bischoff would have lost it. What? He would have smacked anybody in the executive branch at Turner if they would have said, we're going to move it because they doing this. Whatever. But again, he got Tony Khan can afford it, but I give it to him on this one for John Cena. But everything else, he just needs to be smart. That's all. Air it on a Monday. That way, the worst case scenario, you're just going up against Raw. The heck with the weekend. You don't do it on Sunday because you're fighting football. Don't do it on Saturday because WWE's got Saturday. I mean, you could go up against SmackDown. Do it on a Friday night, a Thursday night, something like that. I don't know. But either way, we in, we out. We're about to put that work in next week, though.
Oh, but one more thing before we get off. Ashe Wrestling. The organization that was put together by Darius Lockhart, in Charlotte, North Carolina. They had their show. They had a show tonight, and I don't know if it's still airing because I think it started at 6. It started like 6 o'clock, so it may be off. It may be done now, but it was aired free on YouTube. So I would, just us being supporters of Ashe Wrestling. It is a Black-owned and operated organization. So we want to get y'all to check that out. They do have some pretty good matches. There's a 4-way match for their inaugural women's championship going on during that. The men's championship was defended tonight. There was a celebration for the new Pan-African World Diaspora World Champion, Bishop Khan. And for those who recognize that name, that is the same Bishop Khan in AEW that's affiliated with Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of Gates of Agony. So they did have a thing with them, and they did announce during that show that they are going to start their tag team championship. They're going to have their inaugural tag team champions crowned here soon.
Wow.
So they are building. It is a pretty good organization. They got some pretty good wrestlers in there. They have some guys and girls coming out of AEW, coming out of TNA, coming out of MLW, coming in again and out of Charlotte. So you got some WWE ID folks that are coming through there. There was one guy that was in an 8-man tag that they announced was getting a tryout for WWE here soon.
Okay.
So there's a lot of movement going on within that organization. So it is one that we support, and there's one that we want you to check out. So ASE Wrestling. And you could just go check it out and see and let us know how you feel about it. You know, if you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. You know, just tell us what's going on, and hopefully maybe one day we can get down to Charlotte and be able to support them in person.
Yeah.
So you know, but yeah, this is an organization that we want to try to help build up if we can, as much as we can. So check them out.
That's right. Support. And then while you support them, just be like, hey, WrestleManiacs said we want y'all to know 2 things, and then you'll be good. First thing, diversify your bonds.
Konnichiwa, bitches.